In other areas, such as Milolii and other communities, we've added additional treatment strategies to include the trapping that you heard the people from Pahoa mentioning. We found some effectiveness there. One of the big issues that we have with source reduction is the water catchment tanks. I think all of us on the Big Island appreciate that we have such a large number and population base that depends on water catchment as their only source of water for potable use. And that has been one of the primary, if not in some areas, the breeding space or the breeding environment for mosquitoes. We've been working to identify products that can be applied to catchment tanks that would still allow the water to be potable and safe for use, but to reduce the propagation of mosquitoes, eliminate larvae, and maintain that.
Ms. David had donated some fund, well, not donated, but gave some funding from our contingency funds for the catchments down Milolii. And I've been in contact with that person, and, you know, the amount is like over like $100,000. So I suggested to her that, you know, maybe we should look at having it in an emergency, declaring an emergency, so we could tap off of some of the disaster funds or the stabilization fund. Like Milolii, not all of them need to be replaced. Maybe some might just need a cover. Some might need just the lining, right? Some might just need treatment, correct, right? Because they just got to drain their tank, some of them, right? And just replacement of water. So everyone going to be different. But the thing is, once you get into the community, then you can assess. Have you been in discussion with the nonprofit group in Milolii?
Yes, and I spoke to them as recently as last week and shared that one of the outreach for their catchment project, I reached out to United Way.
Right.
And I'm waiting for a response from United Way this week on whether or not the funds will be available.
We could, or you could get, would you be able, or would you be the person with the authority to utilize the disaster funds?
I would have to make that request through the mayor's office and make the request.
Okay.
And again, we did discuss the possibility of using, or the request from the nonprofit to use the disaster fund for their catchment project. And the caveat we put there is that we would need to look at the catchment project as an island-wide project.
Right. No, and I believe that, and that's why I said I don't know how many catchments are out there. But the thing is, if that's one of the major problems or breeding areas that's having this infected mosquitoes be there, then we should be treating that catchments.
Right. We agree that the catchment systems are a primary breeding source in many communities. So what is the appropriate action to be taken with catchment? It could be everything from assisting people with replacing liners,
right,
and covers,
right,
to, for those that have very, I want to say, operable, safe systems, it's what's the treatment for their systems going forward. So until we have a better understanding, like with the Milolii proposal, even though there were 46 cases or 46 tanks there, not every tank was in need of replacement.
Right.
Although
it was
their
a
project
different
would
kind
like
of,
to.
yes, because they informed us of what's happening.
So I think to give you an idea, we'd have to qualify or quantify what the resource needs would be.
I just wanted to mention Administrator Oliveira, and thank you for opening Hookena Beach, and that shows me, or confirms what Ms. Eoff just spoke about, the methodical way of addressing this. Although it seems like it's such a long and daunting process, I know there are so many things that you folks have to consider. And coming to the realization, or coming to opening Hookena Beach, which was ground zero, it's about 2 miles from my house, was very enlightening, and I was very happy that we progressed to that. So it gives me hope, and to go along with what Ms. Eoff is saying, that if there's anything else that we can do, and providing contingency for Milolii and certain areas, I just wish we could help everybody in that way. But I'll leave it up to you folks as the experts, and in knowing where to progress from here forward. And I thank everybody, the Mayor's office for the declaration and the Governor for his declaration, and let's move forward and get this thing taken care of.